Yes, students. Good morning. This is BBA 1.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Very good morning.
Good
Very good
morning,
morning.
sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir.
So, good morning. What is the total number of students for this particular group at this point of time?
Sir,
It's a
maybe
lecture.
150.
Okay. So, should I wait or start?
Sir, you can start the class.
This is 10 o'clock. Hmm. One minute. Huh? Yes, I am back. Dr. Nancy is there. Ma'am, are you there?
No, sir, she is not there.
Okay. So, let me just have my introduction with all of you. My name is Nishit Mishra, and my qualification is MBA PhD. And prior to my eminence in academics, I served in industry for more than 2 decades, and I worked with a variety of products such as computer, software, and surgical equipments and medical devices, etc. And I joined in this organization in year 2017, and since then I have been working in various uh, capacities such as examination, discipline committee, and research committee, and I'm teaching subjects of the marketing such as principles of marketing, marketing management, and services marketing, consumer behavior. So these are the subjects which I have taught in this duration of my 3+ years journey with Bharati Vidyapeeth. Am I audible clearly to all of you or any disturbance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today I shall be talking to you about examination. As we all know that whatever you do in the form of academics, at the end of each year or semester, you are going to be part of examination. If it is yearly based system, so it is going to be after 1 year, and if it is going to be CBCS or semester based kind of system, so in every 6 months you are going to face one examination, and there are various categories that this is internal and external, so that all we are going to discuss in next 50 minutes time, right? So let's share my screen with you. Give me a few seconds, and I would advise all of you so that you listen carefully, and these things are very important as far as overall outcome of your journey related to academic is concerned. Can you see the screen? Is it
Yes,
visible
sir.
to all of you?
Yes.
Fine. So in the examination, you shall be appearing for the examination, you shall be filing your name in the form of filling the form, and there are various other activities. So I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to talk about what is examination all about for your entire duration of this BBA. That is going to be of 6 semesters, and this 6 semester there are going to be certain exams in the form of internal examination and external examination. So how these exams are to be conducted, and how the result is to be declared, and what is the meaning of pass and fail, and what is the understanding about the grade point, and how the CGPA is to be calculated, what is the meaning of SGPA, and what are the projects, why, and these different things are to be covered in next, 40-45 minutes. So the first objective, what is the objective of getting this BBA degree? So the objective is very simple, that you are going to have good knowledge about management, and you are also expecting some professional things related to the course, right? So that you are able to understand these things which are being taught, and accordingly you are making yourself ready for industry, because the ultimate objective is going to be that I would give a message to all that you please mute yourself. If you are not muting, I have here the control, it is going to kill your 1 or 2 minutes time, right? So if you want to be benefited out of this discussion, be cool and calm, listen carefully, and if you have any query, you can write in the chat box, as well as you can intervene in between, right? So this is the objective. And what about duration? The entire duration is going to be 3 years. It is divided in year 1, 2, 3, part 1, part 2, part 3, and that there are going to be certain semesters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And for this entire duration, the medium of communication for this is going to be English, and your examination is also going to be conducted in English. What should be the eligibility? So for the eligibility, the candidates whosoever has applied, one has to be sure about the documents that is related to 10+2 level, and it may be any board which is a recognized board, and afterwards there has to be examination that is known
Excuse
as
me, sir.
GMAT. Yes.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
I think there should not be any problem now. So this is related to the kind of eligibility, and afterwards you'll be able to be part of this particular course. आप में से कुछ स्टूडेंट ऐसे भी हैं जिनको आईडी ना मिली हो अभी तक और वो एज ए गेस्ट लॉग इन कर रहे हो, ऐसा भी है क्या? कैन एनीवन रिप्लाई?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
because certain students were there in the lobby. Okay, now they have been admitted. So this was the basic introduction related to that, how you are going to cover this particular course. Mute yourself, please. Then there is going to be the examination. From here, the examination journey starts. So that what kind of examination we are going to discuss. So there are going to be 3 kind of examination. One is going to be university examination, that is done always at the end of semester. Since you are in the CBCS system, so after every semester there is going to be one examination, and that is known as university examination. Other than that, there is going to be internal assessment or internal examination. So that internal examination means this examination is to be conducted at the college level only, at institute level only. So there are going to be certain guidelines for the same, and accordingly you need to be part of that examination. That is known as internal assessment or internal examination. And then there is going to be the continuous assessment, in which there are going to be certain departmental papers, as well as you are going to have certain examination in the form of, say, continuous evaluation system, that is known as CES, wherein you are going to, present certain things in the form of, your performance. This may be a kind of viva, this may be a case study, or this may be certain something which is being given by your course instructor, and you shall be evaluated on the basis of your performance, right? Now coming to the core examination activities, what is there in the examination department? So there is going to be the CS examination that is there in each semester. So in your case, there are going to be 3 CS and best 2 will be selected. One may be the case study, the other may be the class test, the third may be the Moodle quiz, that is the objective type question set that will be given to you, and you shall be responding to all the questions given, and accordingly you shall be evaluated for that, right? Internal examination, as we have discussed, for each semester there are going to be 2 internal examination. So one may be when half of the course is completed, and the second one is going to be when complete syllabus means all 6 unit or 5 unit or whatever it is syllabus, it is completed, then there is going to be second internal examination. And once that second internal examination is over, afterwards there is going to be end term examination, that is known as university examination, and this is going to be one uh, per semester, right? There are going to be certain departmental papers wherein there is going to be some part of as an internal component, and for other there is going to be viva, or maybe some kind of project, or maybe some other activity, and just after completing that activity and getting those internal done, this departmental part gets over. There may be some kind of project also that you are working in a rural area, or maybe something which is giving you opportunity to work uh, related to that subject, and after submission of that project it will be evaluated and your marks will be given. And finally, when this all is done, then about that written examination, which is not possible at this point of time due to pandemic, but it is in the form of examination only, so that examination is to be evaluated. So presently everything is being evaluated on screen, and earlier also when there was a written kind of examination, which is also known as pen and paper examination. So after that, all answer sheets were scanned, and afterwards there was on screen evaluation. So the evaluation can be done in both ways, but it is in present environment is 100% on screen examination and on screen evaluation. So this is the core activity related to the examination. What kind of CS there may be? So this may be a class test, that is going to be a written examination if you are physically available in the class. Since this is the pandemic time, so depending on the situation in next few months, accordingly this will be announced. If it is going to be online session only, then in that case there is not going to be any class based, which is going to be the written kind of, it's in its nature. Then there are going to be certain kind of presentation, right? It may be on PowerPoint, and then there is going to be certain kind of case studies, case analysis, viva voce, role play. Role play can be given only in that condition when you are physically available in the campus. Then there is going to be Moodle quiz. It is the objective type of question set which will be given to the students, and they shall be attempting these questions, and accordingly their result can be declared. And that there may be a creation of document. This is also one of the type of CS. So in which you need to create a document. It is not like that as it is written in the book. It is something which you need to prepare based on the kind of subject which is given by your subject faculty. And then you shall be presenting that document. So these are the different forms of the continuous evaluation system that is known as CES. This is something which we discussed in the name of Moodle. If you see the second last, that is written Moodle quiz. So you can see this is going to be like this. This is the examination for 40 questions. So 40 questions shall be appearing on your screen as the subject is written in the short, that is consumer behavior. And this is the format of questions, so that in this way you will getting the questions. And after putting your best choice out of the available choice, that will be selected as your right answer, and that right answer will be compared with the system answer which is already pre-feeded, and if your answer is correct as per the answer which is there in the system, your question will be marked, correct or wrong, right? So this is something which is related to the Moodle quiz. This is an online platform of Bharati Vidyapeeth, wherein you can give your examination online sitting at home, right? And let's discuss about what is the CBCS system. So what is there in the CBCS, that how you are going to get pass. So to get pass, what is the requirement? So you need to secure minimum 40% of marks. If you are getting 40% of marks, for that you are going to get a grade point, that is 5, right? At the UE level, UE means university examination, right? Similarly, uh, if you are going to attempt those internal marks, internal assessment, so in that internal assessment also you are going to secure these marks which are known as 40%. But there is also one kind of condition that is known as, if a learner fails in IA, means internal assessment, and learner passes in the course provided, obtains minimum 25%. You are fail and your marks are 25%, right? And the GPA for the course is 6, that is 50% in aggregate. It means you have secured more marks for your external examination, that is known as university examination. So in that condition, you are just considering your overall things, you may be declared pass. So this is the kind of condition related to the examination. You need to secure minimum 40%. So always remember about the examination that you are going to secure minimum 40% to get pass. Either this is going to be the internal one or the external one, whether this is internal assessment or university examination. So be sure about this, and there should not be any backlog, because the backlog is something which is going to be a kind of burden, in your coming semesters. If you are having more and more backlogs in your semester 1 and semester 2, it becomes a problem for your second year. However, you will be promoted to the second year, because we have a policy like this, that whatever backlogs are there in your semester 1, semester 2, students can be promoted to semester 3, means second year. But it becomes a kind of burden, because as you progress in the journey of your BBA program, you are going to face certain, things in the form of difficulty, because you are carrying your backlogs and you are also going to learn certain new things. So it becomes a kind of overload for you. So there has to be something in your mind that you are not going to create any kind of backlog for any subject, whether it is simple or tough. And a condition where students fail at UE in course has to reappear. It means this is the backlog for the university examination. Similarly, there is going to be the backlog for the internal assessment also. So for both kind of the examination, you need to appear separately. If you are failed in internal assessment, for that there is an internal date sheet. It is being announced in the class group, on the ERP, on the website. So you can refer, and accordingly you can appear in the examination. But again and again, I would say one thing only, that you should not give an opportunity to yourself that you are appearing for backlog examination. So everything should be clear, right, as per your schedule only.
Hmm?
Next is how the grading system is going to work, right? So for every examination, there is going to be some kind of grade, right? A, B, C, D, O, A, depending on your performance, there is going to be grade. I shall be coming on to that slide also, so that what is the meaning of A plus, that I'll discuss with you. So the grade points are going to be on certain scale, and this scale is going to be 10. So the maximum is 10, and within that 10, you are going to get your grades. It may be 1, it may be 2, sorry, it may be 0, or it may be 5, or it may be 9, or it may be 10, or it may be anything which is possible based on the grading system. So I shall discuss with you how you are going to work on this grading system. Scheme of examination, as we have discussed, there is going to be IA and UE. So in IA, that is going to be internal assessment, that is the exam which is being conducted internally at institute level, and the other examination is that is known as the university exam, that is also known as external examination. So for that, the paper setting and everything is to be done from the university side, and these papers will be given to us, and accordingly we shall be taking your examination. And the total of IA and UE becomes 100. So the weightage of external is going to be 60 and the weightage of internal is going to be 40. So the combination of 60 and 40 is going to be 100. This is known as your complete examination, right? How the marks are to be divided: IA 40%, UE 60%. This I have taken one of the example, business English communication. So exam pattern is going to be UE and IA. Maximum marks are going to be 100. Internal is going to be 40. Attendance plus CS plus 2 internal, and external is going to be totally based on the examination, that is of 60 marks, right? How these marks are to be divided, so you can have a look on this. I have discussed about the components. So internal examination, there are the different components. So how it is divided: first internal 40 marks, second internal 40 marks, and finally it will be scaled down. Scale down means we are going to take its scale, and it will be 1/4 of the maximum marks. For example, you are securing 36 marks. It means if I am going to scale it down, it is going to be 9. This examination is going to be for 2 hours. The maximum marks for each internal is going to be 10 after scaling down. However, the examination will be conducted for 40 marks. The paper will be given to you for 40 marks. Assume that you have scored 20 marks. Assume you have.
Hello.
Yes. बोलिए, आपकी आवाज आ रही है मेरे को, बोलिए. Any question? Any question, please?
No, sir.
Thanks. So if you are having say 20 marks, so 20 divided by 4, because I am just going to scale it down to the level 4, so it becomes 5. So your internal marks will be 5 of first internal. Similarly, if you are securing 30 marks in your second internal, so 30 divided by 4, it becomes 7.5. 7.5 and 5, 12.5 your going to be the internal score as far as your internal assessment is concerned with regard to first internal and second internal. This examination is going to be for 2 hours, right? And the maximum marks are going to be 40. Now coming to, आप लोग अपने आप को, क्या तरीका है आप लोगों का?
यार किसी का माइक ऑन है शायद.
कितने बार मैं इन लोगों के माइक को ऑफ करूं? Now coming to that attendance and class participation. Attendance is going to be for 10 marks, and for that the criteria is that if you are going to have 75% presence in your class, or overall attendance is 75%, it means you will be getting 10 marks, right? So 10 marks is going to be your earning in the form of your internal assessment total. The 10 marks of first internal, 10 marks of your second internal, 10 marks of your attendance. So now that 40 marks, out of that we have discussed about 30 marks, 10 marks for attendance and 10 each for 2 internals. The total of this becomes 30 marks. Now coming to the CES component, right? The CES component is going to be that continuous evaluation system. So what you are going to do in this continuous evaluation system, you are going to be a part of class test if there is any physical presence kind of situation which may be possible in the near future, but presently it is going to be online test, that is going to be the Moodle test, that is known as Moodle MCQs. There may be the kind of presentation which you can give online. There may be a case study, that is also a kind of examination continuous evaluation system. So out of these three, means all options given. Maximum 3 options will be given to you, and best 2 will be selected. Let me just say you are giving presentation, and that is for 10 marks. That will be scaled to its 1/4 level, and accordingly you are going to get, you know, your
Hello.
marks. Yes. Ask your question. Is there any question?
Sir, is this mandatory attendance of 75%? Like,
It is mandatory. अगर आप उसके नीचे देखोगे जहाँ पे मेरा कर्सर है इस समय, below 75% आपके मार्क्स 0 हो जाएंगे. And you shall go through with the kind of penalty that is known as academic penalty. So 75% criteria means you need to be present in the class for your 75% lectures, right? So that will give you 10 marks, and there is no the case which arises in your case for the academic penalty. If it is not, then you need to give the academic penalty also. Then you will be in the position to sit in the examination, right? So these are the 4 CS which I have written. There may be more than 4 also, depending on the instructor and the course leader. So these are generally designed at the beginning of the session only. So suppose you have secured some good marks in Moodle, and the second was the presentation, and the third was case study. So this was for 10 marks, Moodle quiz. This was a presentation for 10 marks, and the case study was for 10 marks, right? So suppose or assume that out of 10 you have scored 8 in MCQ, and out of 10 you have scored 8 in presentation. It means from both the places, means from both the situations, you'll be getting 4 from MCQ, 4 from presentation. So 8 marks are going to be in total out of 10, right? So 8 from here, 10 from attendance, 18. This is a hypothetical case. Just assume, and assume that you scored 13 marks from your internal. So 13 plus 18, this becomes 31. So 31 is going to be the total from your internal assessment. I hope I'm clear to all of you. If any doubt, you can raise your voice, right? From here, I started your internal assessment. These were the 20, right? The total exam was for 40 marks. The 40 was scaled down to 10. And out of 10, if you have scored, say, 8, 2, 7, whatever, that will become the total for your internal assessment. Accordingly, it will be put
Hello, excuse me,
minus
sir.
20. Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat how to evaluate the marks in presentation and MCQ? I was just not able to understand.
Take a pen and paper. मैं सबको बता देता हूँ, सारे लोग पेन और पेपर ले लो.
Yeah,
ले
sure,
लिया?
sir, sure, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir.
आप उसके आगे लिखो FI. नंबर 1 पे डालो FI. FI means first internal. Suppose you scored 36. Assume first internal you scored 36, but it will be scaled down to its 4th level. The marks will be considered 9. Now write SI dash, you write 32. It will be scaled down to its 4th level, that becomes 8. So the internal marks becomes 9 plus 8. The total becomes 17. I'm coming to the next slide. So 17 marks are being carried from your internal examination, because we are working for 40. Now assume that you are present 75% in your subject. It means you are going to get 10 marks. Okay. So 9 plus 8 from the previous slide, that is your internal assessment. 17 plus 10, 27. Okay. Till this point, I hope all of you are clear. I hope all of you are clear till this point.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now coming to CS, base 2 will be considered, right? And you will be given 3 CS out of these 4. कोई भी 3 हो सकते हैं इसमें से. अब मैं assume करता हूँ there is CS that is known as Moodle. The CS is presentation, the CS is case study, right? Just write MCQ, you scored 3. Presentation,
Excuse me,
you
sir.
scored, yes.
Excuse me, sir. Could you have the control in your hand? अभी किसी ने ना मुझे मीटिंग से आउट कर दिया था.
सर मुझे भी कर दिया था एक बार ये भी.
मैंने अपने एंड पे करेक्ट कर दिया.
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है, I have done it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now coming to that assessment part. So far we have scored 8 plus 9 from previous slide, that is internal assessment, 17. 10 marks from here, that is for attendance. Assume that you are 75% in the class, right? So 17 plus 10 becomes 27. I'm talking about these MCQs, presentation and case study. These are the 3 cases which I have considered for you or for me. As an example, so assume that your score for MCQ is going to be say 8. 8 means it will be considered 4, and presentation this is 7.5, or maybe take a round figure, take a 7, so it is going to be 3.5. So 3.5 and 4 is going to be 7.5 as a total, because the best 2 will be considered and the other case study you scored 4, so that will be left out. So 7.5 and 27 so far from previous 3 heads. That is first internal, second internal, your attendance, and finally 7.5. So 27 plus 7.5 becomes your score, that is 34.5. A final ceiling will be put on this, and the round figure will become 35. So out of 40, you scored 35 marks from your internal assessment. So this was the calculation related to it. Now coming to the format of internal examination. This is going to be the format. There are going to be 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. In section 1, there are going to be 5 questions. In section 2, there are going to be 3 questions. From section 1, you need to attempt 3 questions, right? And from section 2, you need to attempt 2 questions. And the total is going to be for 40. So from here, you are going to score 11 into 2, it becomes 22. And here 6 into 3, it becomes 18. Total becomes 40. Coming to the university examination, this is for the 60 marks. So the 60 marks is for the university examination, that is divided in 2 sections, section 1 and section 2. In section 1, there are going to be 5 questions, that is of 10 marks each. In section 2, there are going to be 3 questions, that is going to be of 15 marks each. And section 1 is going to be the recall kind of thing, where you are going to work on the conceptual knowledge, wherein you will be asked some questions about recall and explain, discuss. These kinds of questions you may face in section 1. Section 2 is going to be based on certain cases and certain other things which are related to the application of knowledge, right? So some essay kind of questions and case studies also can be given in the section 2. And that CCA means a comprehensive continuous assessment. That is also a kind of examination. So that is something which is there in the form of departmental exam. So that may be a kind of class test, or maybe presentation, or field assignments, or maybe some kind of mini project. So these will be given to you, and then in that case your comprehensive continuous assessment will be done, right? Now coming to the range of marks, how the grades are to be given, right? So the grades will be based on your marks only. Marks will be converted into grade. So if you see this third column, that is grade point, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 and 0. Similarly, if you see the second column, that is grade. So what these grades are, that I'll discuss in the next slide. But here you can just see that O, A plus, A, B plus, B, C, D. These are the various kinds of grades. And now come to the first column. This is related to the marks secured by you. So if you see the first one, marks are less than or equal to. Marks are less than or equal to 100 and marks are greater than or equal to 80. Means 80 onward, whatever I talk about, including 80 or 100, this is going to be O, and this is also known as sorry, outstanding. Similarly, marks less than 80. Less than 80 means we are talking about 79 point something. However, this is going to be the round figure in our case. In our case means in the BBIMR case. So anything below 80 means 79 and the marks are greater than 70 or equal to 70. Means the range is going to be 70 or more than 70 and it is going to end with 79. So if you explain it or if you understand it, the meaning of this is anything in the form of marks is greater than to 70 or equal to 70. Either it is 70 or more than 70 and it is up to 79. For that the grade is going to be A plus and finally grade point will be considered 9. Similarly, the marks less than 70. Less than 70 means we are talking about 69 or 69 and above. But since it is going to be something in the round form, so we can talk about 69 only here in this case. And the marks are greater than 60 are equivalent to 60. Greater than 60 means anything beyond 60, 61, 62, 63, likewise, or it is 60. So that grade is going to be A. And for that, the grade points given by us will be 8. Similarly, you can discuss about other range of marks and the grade and grade point. Now coming to the marks which are less than 80. So anything less than 80 is going to be a grade which is known as D and that means fail. And for this the grade point is going to be 0. Coming to the next level, how you are going to calculate this GPA, right? So the GPA is calculated based on your internal and internal or external assessment. So if internal case assessment is going to be, say in your case it is going to be 60 and this case is going to be 40. So the combination of 60 and 40 is going to be 100 in your case, that is the BBA, and accordingly your SGPA semester grade points and CGPA cumulative grade points will be calculated. So as I told you in the previous slide, if you see, if anything above 80, marks greater than or equal to 80, 80 or above, and it is less than 100 or equal to 100, means 80 to 100, if anything is there, that will be known as O, and for that grade point is going to be 10. So in this slide, when you are going to understand about CGPA, SGPA and the grade point and various other things, you need to have understanding about these grades and the grade points. Accordingly, you can calculate your SGPA. I shall let you know how to calculate SGPA. And then there is the award of honor. That award of honor is there in the form of CGPA. For each semester, there is going to be grade points and SGPA. For example, you are sitting in the examination that is known as semester 1. For that semester 1, you have appeared for 6 subjects. So for those 6 subjects, you are going to get different kinds of grades, right, based on your performance. These grades finally will be calculated into SGPA. So that formula I shall discuss with you shortly. And this is your CGPA calculation, that how the CGPA is to be calculated. So let me first tell you about SGPA, how the SGPA will be calculated. Can anyone add me if there is any class here in this particular group, so that I can share one mark sheet with you? So just having that mark sheet, you will have an idea how to calculate SGPA. Can anyone add me? Dr. Nancy, are you there in the class?
No, sir, she is not there.
Okay, so can anyone add me or should I call faculty only? I
No,
just
sir,
wish
we
you
are
share.
not the admins.
So
Okay,
only admins are allowed to add people in the
okay,
group.
okay.
Yes.
Let me just share with you one of the mark sheets so that you. और सैनी सर, मैं जो BBA 1 का मॉर्निंग का ग्रुप है उसमें नहीं हूँ, जिसमें मैं बच्चों को कुछ शेयर करना चाहता हूँ, मार्कशीट शेयर करनी है, तो मुझे जरा ऐड कर दो प्लीज। है हाँ, वेटिंग। So meanwhile we'll discuss. Let them add in that group. तो तब तक
Sir,
कुछ
till
हम
that
लोग
time
और
you can
discuss।
give the rest of 5 minutes.
हाँ,
You can give break of 5 minutes till that time.
अभी ब्रेक की जरूरत ही नहीं है। 10:50 is going to be the end of our class. ज्यादा टाइम वैसे ही हमारे पास नहीं बचा है।
ठीक है सर, चलो फिर आगे।
Okay. So the calculation method is that credit value of subject 1 and the grade point of subject 1. Is that screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that
Yes, sir.
credit value for every subject, there is a credit value written in front of the subject. It is multiplied by with the grade point of that subject 1 plus subject 2 credit value multiplied by the grade point of subject 2. Similarly, will go till nth number. For example, in the semester 1, if there is going to be 6 subjects, so how it is to be done? Yeah, I am now in that group. I'm just sharing that mark sheet with you. Just give me 30 seconds. And just open it quickly and use and do some calculation. Then you will understand what is the meaning of this. Yes, I hope you have received that file. Students, can you confirm it?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not received.
Let me just talk. Huh? अरे पंकज जी, आपने मुझे एडमिन नहीं बनाया, मैं उसमें नहीं भेज पा रहा हूँ। मैं आपको पूरा मैसेज तो लिख रहा हूँ।
सर, आप किसी बच्चे को भेज दो ना, वो ग्रुप में शेयर कर देगा।
I have requested once again. So
Okay, sir. Okay.
I was not able to see, but anyway, we can discuss some other part. So this is the calculation that there is going to be credit value of subject 1 then it is to be multiplied by the grade point of the subject 1, then subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5, subject 6. I am taking semester 1 example because there are going to be 6 subjects in your semester 1, and then you need to divide it with the total credit of the semester. If you are able to see that now,
We are still not able to see it.
1 minute, because we have just open it. That is there now in the group, because now I'm working as an admin for this. You can see it now. That is there now in that group.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you
Yes, sir.
just open same one, and it is a good calculation. You multiply that credit value. So credit value 4 multiplied by 8. कोई भी बच्चा फटाफट करके बताए मेरे को. 4 multiplied by 8 plus 4 multiplied by 7 plus 4 multiplied by 10 plus 4 multiplied by 8 plus 4 multiplied by 8 plus 4 multiplied by 9 plus 2 multiplied by 10 divided by the total credit value is going to be 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6 times 4, 24 plus 2, 26. So the total of numerator, right? And it is to be divided by 26. Tell me what is your answer?
सर दोबारा बताइए, समझ सा नहीं आया कुछ.
क्या बेटा इसमें समझ नहीं आया?
सर
क्रेडिट
आपने
वैल्यू
कौन सी
पे
क्या जी
मैंने सेमेस्टर 1 पे आपको बोला है ना, सेमेस्टर 1
हाँ जी
credit value of the subject written is organization system, business organization system, business economics. If you see the credit value, these are 4,
Yes.
4, 4, 4. If you make
Mhm.
total, this becomes 26. This becomes the number for denominator. And if you see this formula that is known as SGPA, so the credit value of subject 1 multiplied by grade point of subject 1. अगर आप 4 को 8 से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे सब्जेक्ट नंबर 1 को, तो आपका क्या आएगा 32.
yes sir
Then
yes sir
प्लस
Yes, sir.
नेक्स्ट 4 multiplied by 7 प्लस देन द थर्ड 4 multiplied by 10. इसका टोटल करके बताओ मेरे को ऊपर का क्या आता है. What is your
220.
numerator value?
220.
220.
220 divided by 26.
But it is coming out to be 8.46.
8.46.
Yes, sir. It's 8.46.
0.46.
थर्ड पॉइंट तक लिया होगा तो उसको राउंड करके 2 डिजिट में डेसिमल में 8.47 बनाया है.
Sir,
So this is the
8.5
calculation how
maybe.
you are going to correct it. So you need to be concerned and careful about your earning that is there in the form of grade point, because ultimately your grade points are going to be converted in your SGPA, and finally there is a formula that is written below, that is SGPA multiplied by credit, right? So if you see for each semester there are going to be certain credits. So if you see the semester 1, the credit are going to be 26 and your SGPA is 8.47. So 8.47 multiplied by 26. Similarly, the second semester grade point, that is semester grade point multiplied by the total credit. Similarly, you are going to do this exercise for 6 times for semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4. Finally, you will get your CGPA. So this is something which is related to the calculation of grade points and the calculation of semester grade points, and then finally the calculation of the CGPA. I hope I was clear with this and you understood the calculation. Coming to our
Yes,
next
sir.
topic, KT rule. There is one rule that is very important, that is known as allowed to keep. So the simple understanding of this rule is that whenever you are having any backlog of your semester 1 and semester 2, you will not be stopped and you will be promoted to your semester number 3, that is known as second year. But these all backlogs are to be cleared in your semester 3 and 4, because if you don't clear, you won't be in the position to reach to the semester number 5, and then you will be facing the year backlog. So what organization is going to tell you, what we want to tell and discuss with you, that semester 1 and semester 2, whatever it is there in the form of backlog, these backlogs can be carried to your next year, that is semester 3. But these are to be cleared in this year only. In second year only, you need to clear. If you don't clear your backlogs in your second year, you won't be reaching to semester 5, that is known as third year. And if you don't reach to that final year or third year, it means you will be sitting at home, and that will be known as the year backlog. So be sure about it. Don't create any kind of backlog for you. You need to be very, very careful about your examination. Whenever there is an examination, do as per the policy and work as per the policy only. Don't assume and presume related to the examination. If it is related to the internal examination, be there in the class, attempt your examination and follow the guidelines. If you are not, last minute you may say that this was because of this, because you don't understand. If there is any doubt at any point of time, you can discuss with any of us and we shall guide you. But it is very important for you, since it is related to your career as well as your important time which you may be having in the form of year backlog, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Now, yes.
Sir, are these credits transferable?
For that, there is going to be one kind of policy, and when that policy is there, surely it will be transferred. But as at this point of time, there is no such policy, and we are also waiting for that. I think you are asking about that if you wish to leave after 1 year, so these credits will be transferred to other universities.
Like no, like if I wish to apply abroad, like foreign colleges often have
That is
4-year
that is same.
BPS.
Yes, yes, that is
So
same.
like if I leave at third year, so are these credits transferable to the
Not not
college I'm
not at
applying?
not at this point of time, but surely in that direction, institute is working. Okay, we shall let you know when it is done. Okay.
All right, all right.
Now coming to one of the important thing that is known as National Academic Depository. So your whatever you are earning in the form of certificates or mark sheet, your degree, this is all to be submitted at one digital point that is known as National Academic Depository. So for that, time to time, we open the platform on our website, and the students are given the opportunity. So they shall be registering for that, and that registration is mandatory for each and every student. So it is quite early because you are just in the first semester. So once earn something in the form of award, that is to be submitted at this platform that is known as NAD. So beyond this, there is one important point which is related to your guidelines of the examination. There are certain things are there in the form of rules and regulation. So you need to follow those rules and guidelines when you are going for the examination, such as you are going for the internal examination. So the internal examination rules are different and the external examination rules are different. Similarly, there is going to be the I card, there is going to be certain things compulsory, there is going to be some kind of time limit when you can enter in the examination hall. So these are all to be followed in the form of do's and don'ts. If you don't follow, it means it is going to be a problem for you, and you may leave your or you may be having a kind of backlog with regard to your examination, right? And then there are certain things in the form of restrictions, as you cannot carry the mobile phone, you cannot carry the electronic or those smart watches during the examination. So these are the things which are there time and again in the form of notification and in the form of guidelines. So you need to be very, very sure about examination. If there is any doubt, you can ask us anytime and you will be given opportunity to discuss, and your doubt will be removed. But don't live in any kind of confusion and then start blaming institute that you were not aware and there was a doubt and there was a kind of confusion. So there should not be any confusion. Whenever you are having a kind of doubt or you are in confusion, please discuss with your concerned subject faculty or class coordinator, program coordinator, finally to me as the exam in charge. I shall resolve all your queries. So thank you so much for your patience in this class. Even if anything left related to examination, I'll be happy to share with you. So best of luck and all the very best for your other sessions. Thank you. And I have taken your attendance. It will be shared on your group. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Take care.
Okay, sir. Bye bye. Take care.